actually had the scenario where I was attacked. It wasn't mutual combat. It wasn't like, yeah, fuck you, let's fight. It was like, I'm trying to remove myself from the situation, and despite my efforts to remove myself from the situation, the attack persisted, and I was not looking for a fight. The trouble found me. Had I been a woman in this situation, it would have never happened.
What happened?
So I was out filming. I've shared this only once or twice before, so probably most people aren't aware of this. I was out filming, this was a couple years ago, with a camera, and 3 men approached me, and they're like being aggressive towards me. They didn't know who I was. This is before I started the podcast. And I was out filming for one of like my videos or whatever. And they were like, why are you filming people out in public? Mind you, which is totally, it's not against the law. It's not a crime. They were drunk. They were being aggressive towards me. They saw an easy target. I thought they were trying to rob me of my gear or whatever. So all 3 of them, so I regrettably was out alone. They started attacking me, and I had to run away, and I got punched. Luckily, I didn't get stomped on the ground, but I ended up on the ground. I got hit. My camera was broken, damaged. Had I been a woman, it would have never gotten there. Never.
I disagree.
How the fuck do you disagree?
Because I sympathize with you. That's horrible. But I know of a woman this year who got attacked by a man randomly on the street, and she was...
Yes, it happens.
Yeah.
But if I had been a woman under these same circumstances, I would not have been attacked. And here's why. This was in public, mind you. It wasn't like in some back... Hold on. It wasn't some back alley situation. So... she's the victim now when I'm telling my story. Isn't that funny? No. So, okay. So, there were people around. If I was a woman, as women, if a man lays a hand on you, you best believe that there's plenty of, justifiably so, men who will be your for free bodyguards, who will intervene on your behalf. If I'm getting scorched and fucked up by another dude, even if it's one-on-one, even if it's 3-on-1, it doesn't really matter. No stranger man will ever intervene on my behalf if I'm getting beat up by another guy. If a guy...
But they will watch it.
Oh, they'll watch it, they'll film it, and they'll laugh. If a woman, if there's male bystanders around, and another man puts his hands on you, smacks you around, that guy's getting up.
It's not true.
That's 100%. Are you
There's been multiple viral moments in the last few years, like last 2 years, like the chick that got hit with a brick.
Oh my God, you were so toaster brain. Are there instances?
Well, I actually have been.
Hold on. Are there instances of a woman who's been struck in public by a man and nobody intervenes?
Yes.
Yes. There's also an overwhelming amount of instances where a woman has been struck by a man in public, and plenty of men are going to be your free bodyguards and will intervene and will dole out street justice to this man. You can't say the same thing about man. If I'm one-on-one with a man on the street, nobody's coming to my defense. Maybe if I'm lucky, somebody breaks it up, but then that guy gets to walk away. If some guy smacks you in the face and there's 10 other men around, he's getting fucking stomped. And if you don't think that's true, you're actually toaster brained.
Well, that did actually happen to me in public, and none of the men around me did anything. I was hit. I'm just saying
anecdotes. There are anecdotes.
Well, yours is an anecdote
well,
as well.
Hit how?
I was hit by a man. I didn't see him. I didn't see what happened. But he walked past, and I was in a big crowded group of people, and there were other men there, and they saw it happen. They didn't do anything.
What happened?
He hit me.
And he walked away?
Mm-hmm.
So he punched you in the face?
No, in the back.
In the back of your head?
No, on my back.
So and then ran.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we all, when you were telling your story, we all listened, and you're making faces at my story.
No, I was just trying to understand it.
Brian, you're making disapproving faces. That's not super
well, because
it's different.
Yeah, the situation's different.
Well,
so if
I was being chased down the fucking street.
No, I understand that, but
some guy, boom, ran away immediately. Totally fucking different.
I was giving an example to.
Totally different example.
Let me ask you this:
You
if
said
that
it
guy,
doesn't happen.
if that guy was attacking, if that guy was attacking you, if he like didn't just punch you in the back, but he grabbed you and he was really, and you called out for help, those guys would have knocked him the fuck out, right?
I mean, I did call out for help, but he got away. But nobody around me did anything.
Well, I mean, that was something that happened super quick.
Well, there's this
I don't
crazy
know.
thing called the bystander effect in our society, in human society, where people just keep walking.
Well,
and something
I
terrible is
will
happening to
grant
somebody.
that more so in modernity, and I think that this is a good thing, that men are not stepping in to defend women when women are getting attacked. So now I know how horrible that sounds, but think about it from the perspective of men, right? Good. So ultimately what ends up happening is, I am fucking feminist She-Ra and I'll wear the tight leather and beat the shit out of the 300-pound Marvel bandits, right? All these fucking women have this idea. You'll see them sky shriek, you know what I mean? We don't need men for nothing. We don't need nothing from them. And it's like, okay, well then when this happens to you, we treat you like we treat men. And just watch, right? I'm not getting involved in a fist fight between two guys. None of my business. Why should I get involved in a fist fight between a guy and a girl? Also ain't none of my business, right? Now, I think that when I was growing up, I think I would have had a totally different attitude. Maybe 18, 19, 20, it'd probably be the first one to be like, what are you doing, you crazy fuck? You can't attack women. But in modernity, it's like, the only thing I can think of is, well, maybe in this way, women will be like, well, maybe we do need them for something. Maybe we shouldn't just be completely self-absorbed brats.
But the loud outlier feminists, shouldn't. Maybe the woman being attacked doesn't hold those views.
Yeah,
It's
to
really
the
funny.
detriment of
She just
more
wants to
traditional
take
women
you-
and men.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
Your masculinity shouldn't.
It's really
depend
sad.
on
It's really sad
the
to me
feminists.
that a small core group of women have been able to seize so much political power and train other women to vote for fucking Democrats and horrible policies that then actually interfere with my life. But it's like, well, you wanted equality. Here it is. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
But then that's kind of like you being a follower of women. Like your masculinity should be steady regardless.
What does that have? Well, first of all, why is it masculine to step in on behalf of a woman?
Because you agree that women are weaker, correct?
So I agree that there's lots of men who are weaker than me. I wouldn't step in for them. Should I?
If you view women as lesser the way you say, and that you are the stronger one and you are the Christian one, then yes, you absolutely should.
Oh, wait a second. Back up. So you straw man the shit out of my position, first of all. My position is not all women are inferior, right? I can grant that many women are better
Just
at
weaker.
all sorts of different things than I am. And no, there's stronger women than me, too.
Theotokos donated $99. If women didn't actually have those views, they wouldn't be in that situation and would be surrounded by men that protect them.
That's what I'm saying, right? So,
But we need
Thank you.
men to protect
so
us
that
from
you
men.
don't straw man the position. I'll explain it again. There's all sorts of women who are better than me at all sorts of things, no doubt about it. And there's women who are much stronger than I am. There's no doubt about that, right? But it has nothing to do with the fact that I think, on average, there's nothing that women can do that men can't do on par or better other than reproduction. That's the position. So when you
understand the
when you
position.
come back and you say, well, wait a second, this is some kind of assault on your masculinity, it's like, no, I have no duty nor obligation to step in on behalf of women who enjoy their egalitarianism, right? But at the same time have no duty to actually execute enforcement on their own, but instead would outsource it to me. Fuck that, right? Then go get drafted. Then sign up for the draft. Then sign up for the draft and go defend the country, and then fucking men will step in for you. But if until that happens, there's no real egalitarianism, and it's like, well, fine. Why should they step in? Why should they hurt themselves on your behalf when women vote against their interests? I wouldn't. Seems like a really bad idea. Seems like
I would just hate to think that me, as someone who votes red, if I'm out getting attacked by a man, the other men be like, but these feminists, so you deserve to, like, I don't like the feminists
it's not a matter
either.
of deserve. They can totally say, you totally didn't deserve that. I'm not fucking helping you. Go ask your feminists. Go ask the feminists to help
that's the
you.
thing, we
Go ask
wouldn't-
the feminists after
that's
the
the whole
hurricane
point.
to bring the fucking boats in and save people. You know, go ask them if you love egalitarianism so much. Go
That's
ask
the whole
the
point, that
Shiras to help you.
Someone like me or Yeka.
Theotokos donated $99. The gender equivalent draft. Assignment to a man and to make babies.
Yeah, it's not a fun position. Like, I wish that men didn't have to move towards that position, but the truth is that they really do. They have to protect themselves at this point.
Thank you, Theo, for the TTS.
They really do.